What is up, you guys? It's Nathan and Silas with Bark Life. We're going to talk about the Supra and what happens. Stay tuned. All right, guys. So, tough conversation here. What do you think? Tough conversation?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, rough conversation. This is a conversation that we've been having as a family for a few years. We've been talking. So a little bit of backstory. The Supra was my dream car. It was a car, and I'm sure there's other people that can relate to that. It was a car I always wanted. I was like probably 15 when I first wanted one of those. So we're talking, dating myself here, about 25 years ago. My dad told me, the ultimate car is the Toyota Supra. He got to drive one right when it came into Seattle. He worked at a Toyota dealership. He got to drive it. Remarkable car. At that point, when the Supra first came, that was the 1993 twin turbo. He got to drive one of the very first ones on the West Coast. Well, probably in general, actually. But anyways, he told me it was the greatest car ever. He'd only driven one. It was at that dealership when they first got it, that sort of thing. And just always resonated with me from the time I was little. I want to try a Supra. Anyways, I was like 18 years old, and our local dealership here in town had a white, non-turbo, automatic. I was 18 years old. Insurance was about $18 bajillion. And I wanted to drive it. My dad showed him, and my dad's like, oh, that's great. Get it. We looked at it. Back in the day, had like 40,000 miles or something crazy on it. No miles. Even though automatic, non-turbo, you can fix all that. Trust me. I ended up deciding not to do it because the price point for the insurance plus the car payment was going to be more than a 18-year-old kid could afford, So we held off. Well, fast forward, I don't know. I was like 20, 21, 22? Something like that. You weren't around. You weren't around yet. No.
Yep.
No.
I don't know.
Nope, you don't know. Anyways, fast forward, and there was one that posted up online. And I'm telling my wife, this is insane. I was getting ready to actually buy a Suzuki Hayabusa, so a street bike. And there's this ad in Pullman, which is it's a little bit of a drive from us. Why not? Let's go look at it. And I call the kid, and he's like, I got like 7,000 offers. You have to realize Fast and the Furious was out at this point. I think it was just coming out or just had come out. It had been out for a little bit, I guess. But the Mark IVs hadn't gone crazy yet. So they ranged right around, for a twin turbo, right around 25,000 or so for a really clean twin turbo. Anyways, this ad posted up. It was a 95 non-turbo, 5-speed. And I was in love with it. Absolutely in love with it. I'll post up the picture of what it looked like. I still have the original picture. Just absolutely in love with it. I'm like, no way, a Supra. I could finally own a Supra. It was a steal even back then. Like, it was a good deal back then. I was super excited about the deal. Silas, were you excited? You weren't here. You still weren't here. We'll get to the part where you come in. I promise.
Okay.
All right. And watch to the end. We're going to post up some pictures of the Supra throughout the years and that sort of thing. This guy's been a big part of helping me with it. But anyways, we go down and look at it. I look at it, and we were in the process of selling a car, and the guy that was supposed to buy my car at the time, or actually, that would have been, anyways, the deal was kind of on the rocks, and that was how I was getting the money to fund the Supra. I get down there, talk to him. Well, I guess I talked to him on the phone too a bunch. I talked to him for a few hours on the phone, and he was very adamant that he wanted me to get it. I'd owned a performance shop here in town and had restored a lot of cars and worked on a lot of cars and that sort of thing. So it was one of those things where he kind of wanted it to go to somebody that was going to be able to do the stuff he wanted to, turbo it and all that stuff. Anyways, fast forward a little bit, go look at it. It was everything I wanted it to be. It did have damage on the driver's side right behind the rear wheel. There was like a little hint of something. He said that it was a low speed little bump. Never reported to the insurance. They just resprayed it real quick. His buddy did it for him out of his shop. This guy was a college kid, super cool kid. But he said, you know what? Take your time, sell your car for as much as you can. I'm gonna hold the Supra. I'm gonna pull the ad down. You know, I'll just deal with you. We're not gonna do anything else. That's the way we're gonna do this. So fast forward, it took like 3 weeks. I thought for sure the kid was gonna sell it. Wouldn't you sell it if it was like 3 weeks later? I don't know that I'd hold the car for 3 weeks. He held the car for me for 3 full weeks.
I don't know. I probably would do
You'd
that.
expect me to be a flake. Like, I'm flaking because I'm not coming back and buying your car, right? Anyways, he held it. I sell the car. We drive down. It's the middle of winter. Vanessa and I, my wife and I, drive down to go get it. Do I trailer it? Nope. I want to drive my car home. Really bad idea. It's, 285s in the back or something. And super low to the ground. And so we drive it back. It's snowstorm. Turns into a blizzard. In my defense, it wasn't supposed to do that. It's supposed to be a clear day. It turned into a blizzard. We're driving back. It takes us like 2.5 hours to drive down old Highway 95 to get back up here. 95 back at that point was one of the worst roads in the entire country. Like horrible safety, super narrow, windy. People died on that road all the time. So scary situation. It took us 2 hours, 2.5 hours to get back. And we parked the car, put it in the garage, and I basically couldn't drive it for like 6 months because we had a horrible winter. It was actually a record-breaking winter. We had all of our schools closed, all of the malls closed, businesses all closed. So I had to go out in the garage and just look at this thing that I couldn't drive that I just bought. It was the most miserable thing ever. We couldn't even get it registered because I couldn't do a VIN inspection. Anyways, fast forward several years, 2-3 years, I ended up doing a basic bolt-on turbo kit. So this was my first 2JZ bolt-on turbo kit, and I built it myself. I took a bunch of different parts, made it work. I still have some of my old turbos and stuff in the garage from that, which is kind of neat. Anyways, we turboed it, and it worked, but it was on a piggyback originally, so that's a fuel computer that you plug into the stock computer, kind of control things. We've talked about it with our SC300 project if you want to see what a piggyback's all about versus a standalone. And the car ended up going through like 5 different builds. So I did the first build, super conservative, 12 pounds of boost. We stepped it up. We went up to like a little bit bigger turbo. It was actually a Master Power turbo back in the day, if you guys know those. They were like a Chinese turbo that kind of had good quality control. And then we stepped it up again and again and again. And then the last build I did was remarkable. It was awesome. It was great. This guy came along, your birthday is tomorrow, isn't it?
Not birthday, just like party.
Party, right. So this guy's actually turning 9 on me. It's rude.
It's technically not tomorrow. It's
I get it. Your party's tomorrow, though. You're turning 9 on me. Anyways, this guy, we'll post up some pictures, I'm sure. I will. You won't. I will. He came along, and he took an interest in hanging out with me in the garage. When he was younger, he wasn't so much into turning wrenches with me. He's starting to get into that a little bit here and there. He's helping me, fill up the car. He just filled this up the other day. That was pretty cool, wasn't it?
Wait, filled up what?
The gas.
Oh, yeah, I did.
You helped me change some tires on the Supra. That's on. We posted some videos of that up. That was pretty cool. You've helped me work on the turbo on. Remember the Mark III Supra? The other black one we had, the older body style.
No, don't.
I'll post up a picture of that too. Anyways, this guy's helped me work on some cars. His sister's helped me work on some cars. So when we talked about the Supra and my decision to do this, and you have no idea how many messages I've been getting from friends on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, why did you sell it? So that's what we're here to talk about today. Sorry for rambling on. I don't know if anybody's even watching at this point, but we wanted to let everybody know where we're at, why we sold it, why we did what we did. So it has been literally almost a year. We're approaching a year that I haven't worked on the Supra. We've had the parts, we've had all the stuff to turbo it and get it rolling, and we're at a place where I'm starting to do more with him. We're doing it's a trail life. It's kind of like a Boy Scout thing, and then we're doing a youth group together, right? His sister and I, and at our local church here, and realizing that I don't have time for 3 project cars. So we were talking, and we were like, it would be cool to be able to get another dream car I've always been looking at, which is the Celica All-Track Turbo, or you people over in Europe, and I think also in Australia, Japan, all those areas, because we do have viewers globally. GT4. So this is a GT4. In the U.S., these were called the Celica. Are you sleepy?
No.
Old man, because you're getting old. Anyways, Celica GT4. And so it was one of those things where this came along. I had an opportunity to buy it. I know it looks like it's just a 92 Celica, but these are incredibly rare. This particular one has a GT4 swap. The guy that owned it for 15 years. Meticulously cleaned this thing. Replaced the motor with a Gen 4. Same with the transmission. Brand new, 0 miles, motor, transmission, rear differential. He's been doing this project for 15 years. Like the Supra, he ran out of steam, didn't have the time, the resources to do the last little push, kind of where I was at with the Supra. The Supra needs a paint job. The Supra needed a computer wired, some interior work done, and the Supra was going to be done. But this car needed a little tiny bit of suspension work, a couple other things, but he was in a situation where he had to move and just didn't have the means to do the stuff. Anyways, so these things collided at the same time. So I bought this knowing I was going to be selling the Supra. It was not an easy decision, especially with this guy, because he liked the Supra a little bit, you think?
I loved it.
Yeah, it was pretty remarkable. Him and his sister both loved the Supra, and I'd poured my heart and soul into that thing. I mean, every part on it, the suspension, everything else. I never took the time to paint it, so that back repair that was terrible is still terrible. Couple dents and dings throughout the body. It needs a repaint. The paint needs to be redone, right? Maybe a few from sister here and there. Yeah, probably. Anyways, it needs a repaint, but that's aside from the point. We weren't moving it forward. I knew I wasn't going to move it forward, and I just had that kind of, I've done it. I've already done 5 builds on that car, and it is my dream car. The Supra was my ultimate. This was my first. This is the car I originally fell in love with. This is one of the cars that got me into it. This and my brother's RX-7. But watching this on Rallycross, watching videos of this in the ST65, both of them just blew my mind. And then the ST205s, I love those too. But this is one of the cars that founded my love of Toyotas and of racing. The Supra always held a special place in my heart. Another thing was, a few years back, my dad passed away, so I kind of held on to the Supra probably longer than I would have, out of obligation to that memory. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Grandpa. Anyways, so it was a hard decision, but a thing that kind of softened the blow. Part of what I didn't want was I didn't want to see the Supra after it sold. I wanted that Supra to be as far away from me as you could possibly imagine. I wanted that car like forever away. Like
on the other side of the world? Technically?
Yeah, like yeah, I didn't want to see it again. And I had a few friends mention interest in buying it. I had guys locally that often mentioned interest in buying it. I didn't want to see the car anymore. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. I just wanted to ship it to Florida. There's a guy making me all kinds. When I posted it up for sale, I had offers from all over the country. I had people bidding against each other. Apparently, I set my price too low. But I had people bidding against each other. And you guys will see who ended up buying it. I'll post the clip up. How about now? What do you think?
Maybe later.
No, we'll do it right now. All right, guys, the reason I'm not sad about the Supra selling is because this guy's buying it. If you guys know anything about the Bark Life and our channel, this is my nephew. Love and adore this kid. He's been there since the beginning with the Supra. He was a little kid when we got this.
Yep.
So he's going to be the one buying it. He's taking it over to his house a couple blocks away. We're still going to see it, which is exciting. But yeah, this is the car, I think, that got you into it, isn't it?
Yep. It started everything for me, so.
Yep. It's, you know, and so as sad as I am to get rid of it, it going to him is huge. Supra's got a good home. He's going to actually do something with it. It's sat in my garage for the last year with no progress. That's a terrible place for a Supra to be. Plus, we got, you know, the other two we're working on, the Celica All-Track Turbo, as you guys know. And we got the MR2, and I'm sure we'll be buying another car because, you know, he's got 3 project cars now, so 4.
Kind of.
4. That's
Yeah.
4. He has 4 project cars. I only got 2 now. I'm kind of slacking. All right, anyways, super excited. Taylor's the one that got it. Amazing owning the car for 16 years, and hopefully he owns it for 16 more. All right, so Taylor bought the Supra. My nephew bought the Supra. And part of the backstory with Taylor is the whole time he's doing this, I was an active uncle. I loved my nieces and nephews. Adore them. And Taylor got to ride in the Supra a lot. Taylor got to be a part of it like this guy did, right? As far as the Supra, like you got to be a part of working on it. You got to see it every day. It was constant point of conversation. Taylor fell in love with the Supra too. So it's kind of cool that Taylor shared that same passion. But again, I don't want to see my car all over town. Taylor lives in town. So I wasn't sure I wanted to do that. Well, he called me and talked to me about it, and I talked with my wife, and something about it just seemed right. I don't know why, but I went with it. I told him, you know what, I wanted it to go to Taylor. Woke up the next morning, and it felt right. Like it felt like I had made the right decision, which is great to have peace in a situation that's so sad. Did you say it's sad? It's a little sad. But the great thing is, the Supra's still going to be around. I'm still going to get to see it. You're going to still get to see it. You'll probably get to ride in it. Maybe he'll let you drive it when you're 16. Who knows?
I don't get to ride in it.
That's right. You'll probably get to ride in it. Anyways, Cousin Taylor's going to fix it. I guarantee it. Anyways, so I got some peace with that. And honestly, I don't know if I could have pulled the trigger on someone else buying it. I think I would have just kept... I had 150 messages within 10 minutes of posting it. Like, it was intense. So I am grateful Taylor's going to buy it. I felt like we needed to come on here, you and I both, because you're part of Bark Life, right? So people ask me about you more than ask me about myself or my cars. I get messages all the time. Silas hasn't been on videos in a while. It's like, well, we've only made 2 videos in like the last couple months because we knew this was coming. We've been making more content with shorts and stuff on the Celica All-Track, which, don't get me wrong, I am ecstatic. Are you excited about this? Pretty cool. You got to get your first launch in an all-wheel drive turbo Toyota, huh? Was it pretty cool? Pretty epic? Yeah. All 4 tires? Yep. Stock boost still? We're going to fix that though, aren't we?
What is stock boost?
Stock power, the turbo.
Oh, yeah.
Do your best blow-off noise.
I don't have any.
Come on, you got to try.
No.
Come on.
Okay, no. No, I don't.
So, the bottom line is, Supra is sold, but Supra is not gone. We have a lot that we're going to bring to the table this next year, right?
Like what?
We're building the MR2.
Oh, yeah.
And get some wheelies. You gonna watch Dad do some wheelies down the track?
Maybe I can go in.
Ooh, I don't think we'll let you go in it. Anyways, we have some big things planned. We're going to start doing more little project cars in between too, right? Help some friends out, get some turbos going. But Mr. 2 needs to shave some seconds off his quarter mile, right? Yeah, I think so. And then this, we're looking forward to doing some driving, some dailying, and how cool is that all-wheel drive turbo Toyota? Like, it just, yeah, rally car.
Rally?
Yeah, rally. So rally driving.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's
Group
rally driving?
Rally driving, dirt, jumping,
Oh,
going
yeah.
fast, crazy. This kid. All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging along this long with the journey. We're going to close you guys out with some pictures and videos and memories. And thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you guys. And I love that we have this community, little community we've created. We're a small channel. We're a really small channel. But the amount of support and outreach and people asking if we need help with stuff and everything is pretty cool, right? Yep. We've had a lot of help with different stuff and people talking to us about parts and figuring stuff out. And it's pretty cool. Thank you guys. And we'll leave you with these videos. Make sure and stay tuned.
This time I am pretty sure moments passing away I've never seen before. You held me out of the dark. I always wonder if you were left without a mark. Did you ever let go? Did you ever not know? You were never out there alone. Do you think there's a chance for this love to be real? I will let you take the wheel. From now on, from now on, lying on a distant star. In these violent days I wanna be where you are. Stay with me, it's getting late. Fill me with a desire that I cannot break. Did you ever let go? Did you ever not know?